Hey everybody, Professor Cloud here with our next episode of Professor Builds an Anno 1800 Empire, Season 3, Land of the Lions. In the last episode, we finally got Newcastle expanded enough to where we could build out our first ship of the line. We needed, I think it was 750 artisans to get to that point. We did do that. We created our ship of the line, and we embarked on the Land of the Lions expedition. I think we made it through about 2 particular points on the map. It was either 2 or 3. So we're still in the middle of the expedition. We haven't made it to that new world yet. But hopefully we'll be able to do that in this episode and see what everything is about with respect to Land of the Lions. Once we do get to that particular location, I do want to go ahead and send the ship of the line immediately back to Newcastle so that we can embark on the New World expedition, because the New World is going to be key for growth in the Old World, especially with respect to engineers and investors. Artisans too, for that matter, because rum is one of the primary luxury needs. So we will be doing that hopefully in this episode. We'll see. But that's going to be the plan. And then once we do get into the Land of the Lions, I don't remember if there is the ability to create ships in Land of the Lions in that world. If not, then we'll send a frigate or ship of the line or something along those lines over to Land of the Lions so that we do have the ability to go between islands, because of course we're going to want to try and get 3 or 4 islands just like we've done in the Old World. So let's go ahead and jump back in and see what we see. Okay. We are at Wrexham at the moment, and as you can see, we currently are at a negative 19 workforce, but that's growing because we did put in some new farmers right at the very tail end of the last episode. So things are going okay here on Wrexham. We've of course got the expedition underway. There it is there. We're currently at a 97% morale, which is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so we've been on the high seas for 15 days. All right. Let's see. One second. Got to move some things around here. All right, we've got a couple. We've got Benty's got a quest, but we don't really need anything from her because we're already at 100% from a diplomacy perspective with her. And actually, it just went away anyway. We've got Archibald here who wants something. Hold on, do we have a quest going on? Oh, this is the Queen Vanishes. This is Sunken Treasures. I have no interest in doing Sunken Treasures. Not in this particular season. We did Sunken Treasures in the last season of this series. It was okay, but it wasn't spectacular. All right, let's see what's going on here with Newcastle, because we've got a very significant population, especially an artisan population. What is next for them? So we've gotten up through sewing machines. The next thing for them is fur coats, but we need another 60 artisans before we can do that. So we could put in the variety theater. That'll increase happiness and revenue. Let's see what the variety theater, that's post office. Here we go. So it's $100 maintenance fee, 10 grand, 50 brick, 40 windows.
Not too many changes, I hope.
Okay, let's see. Ooh. With no church in Tottenham, gossip grows elsewhere. The town is cauldron of devil worship. Okay. Let's go take a quick look at Tottenham then.
Day full a day of dreary drudge.
Alright, I suppose we could put a church in place. The next thing for them, though, is going to be bread. Actually, let me take a quick look at production for Tottenham. Alright, yeah, see that. All right, we're making a little bit of extra flour, which means we could go ahead and put in the bakery. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Because we originally started off making the wheat and the flour for the lifestyle need of the farmers here on Tottenham. But yeah, let's go ahead and put in the bakery. There we go. And I think we'll upgrade you. Oh man, how are we doing? Oh, that's right. Tottenham only has the one clay pit. So I have to be careful about how much brick I use. Well, that'll increase population for workers, first of all, by 3 per household, and we're going to get 5 coins out of that. So that'll be a nice little boon there in Tottenham. But let's go ahead and look.
Admiral.
Okay, our expedition needs help. Uh-oh, that doesn't look good. The ancient labyrinth. Alone in the darkness, they cannot hear her cries. Deep beneath this pleasant island of lavender and thyme, she has fallen to a musty, airless pit. She gathers herself and remembers the few safety matches that left in her pack. You are her, she is you. Lighting a match, you are dumbstruck by a many-frescoed room, venerable and forgotten. A woman with a bowl is the centerpiece. The great beast seems so vulnerable under her caress. The outline of a majestic, horned door faces north, while a more humble passage heads southward. We're going to enter the humble passage.
Set our bearings right.
In the next chamber, you find a set of stone shelves with fragments of wooden figures upon them. Men, horses, and bulls. Toys, perhaps. A distant growl rumbles across the walls, stirring dust from a pale fresco. Facing east, a swan door. Facing north, flocks of herons make up a labyrinthine mosaic surrounding a pillared arch. This one, I don't know. Let's take the swan door. In here, the ceiling feels lower still. Chipped tiles on the floor hint at a faded scene. A man, youngish and lithe, leaping over a flaring bowl. You lean in for a closer look and notice all the tiles in the room are adorned with bulls' heads. Alright, we're going to slowly cross over the tile to hopefully get an extra 2% bonus success chance. I don't know that 2% is going to make any difference, but you never know. You take a few tentative steps across the antique tiles as an aching worry stabs at your heart, and rightly so as it turns out, for you are only a few steps in when a series of adjacent tiles shatter audibly below you. You feel your feet swept away as a gaping pit rushes up to swallow you. Cling to the edge of the pit gives us an extra 10% bonus chance using the telescope. You lurch forward and grab one of the edges, pulling yourself up and out of immediate peril with a final leap towards the end of the room. As the tremors ebb away and the dust settles, you look around. A narrow stairwell leads down into the dark to the east, while an uneven set of steps heads down to a wide passage to the west. The depths crumble and growl eerily. Let's descend the uneven steps. I don't know that there's any right or wrong, to be completely honest. A gaping chasm stares up at you where the floor has collapsed into a distant cave far below. A smoke-tarred beam, narrow in age, stretches over the pit to the other side. Keep your back straight and swiftly across the beam. Uh-oh. Lost morale. You start across the beam, pacing a few painful feet before it creaks and sags downward. The surprise throws you off and you fall into the pit. You get up painfully, battered and bruised, but very much alive. You light a match, one of few remaining, and find yourself facing a strangely ornate door. Chestnut wood, half-faded, supports an alarmingly lifelike carving of a bull's head. A cavernous rumbling, or is it growling, seeps in from behind the door. So we open the door. Darkness there and nothing more. Footsteps echo against a distant vaulted ceiling. You reach for a light and find one match left. One match, and then darkness. We're going to strike the last match. A dusty ochre light reveals a wide room with ornate frescoed walls, the most striking of which is a contest between a hero and beast, half man, half bull. Your eyes widen. A sudden growl surges into a roar behind you. You swivel to face it, but a powerful breath smothers the feeble flame at your fingertip. You have just enough time to distinguish the flared nostrils and sharp horns of a colossal bull before the darkness swallows you. Stand absolutely still.
What's eating biscuit for?
Okay, reward discovered. You hold your breath, not daring to make a sound. Silence seeps through the shadows. After an eternity, you dare to stretch out your hand and feel for the beast. Your fingers find cold stone, tracing a jawline, then an eye, a statue. Lifelike to a fault, and of the finest craftsmanship, you discover that the brackish, warm air gushing in from a hidden aperture in the wall on which it is set is being amplified ingeniously by the marmoreal beast's mouth. A momentous discovery. An entire civilization, a hidden culture, a forsaken sanctuary, an epic for the ages. Thrilled, you reach behind the creature's neck to a glimmer of light and pry open the brittle wall to emerge into the fresh air of day. So we're going to get the bullhead Righton, which can be equipped in the museum. Excellent. Except for I can't take it. Well, that blows. Why can't I put it into an item socket? That doesn't... Alright, I guess we'll move the bread in here. We'll take that. We've still got both the schnapps and the beer. Both of them are rations. I only brought the bread for the faith. You hold your breath, not daring to make a sound. Silent. Oh, I already read all of this. Okay. So we've now cleared 3 points. So let's go to the Crocodile Delta. And we'll provide the extra rations, take a few points of morale. All right, here we go. Now, back to, let's put in a church here in Tottenham. I want to see how, oops, that's not what I wanted. Trying to see how much room it needs. God, this church is huge. Alright, let's do a little bit of relocating here.
You incline to what is right.
Okay. Thank you, George. Alright, let's demolish you. And then let's put the church in. Except for I don't have enough brick. I need one more brick. Yeah, we're gonna have to add in there it is. Okay. So the bread's coming in. And then the happiness, we got the happiness for the church. We've got the beef. Yeah, by the way, the other reason why I need to kick in the New World Expedition immediately after Land of the Lions is so that we can get access to aluminum. The only way that we're going to get the post offices, the local mail, regional mail, and so on is aluminum. The only way we're going to get airships is through aluminum, and aluminum can only be gotten from the New World. All right, so we've got ourselves a church now. Let's see. I wanted to see something.
Sweet as a
Okay,
spring
they are
meadow.
close enough. I was worried that they were too far away from the marketplace and the pub, but it looks like we're okay. I am going to do this. Okay, so there's Tottenham in a decent position at the moment. So let's move back over to Newcastle. We need 60 more artisans to get to fur coats. So I want to go ahead and start doing that. Yeah, we need 60 more. So we should really only need to do a couple. All right, let's do this. Let's put in... crap. All right, let's upgrade you two. And then we'll grab you. We'll replace you with... How do I want to do this? Let's put you there. Okay. And then...
Untold perils await us.
Then let's upgrade you and you. Okay. All right. Tomb Raiders. You are alone, seeking the fabled lost necropolis. A fable that seems just about credible when eyeing the pale golden shimmer of the windswept dusk from the seat of your camel. Somewhere out there in these wastes, beyond cyclopean basalt pillars, may lie the hoard of kings of old, and its greatest prize, the Vigil of Horror, a statue said to be made from the purest gold and inlaid with countless gems. Your stopover is a busy city on the delta, not far from the supposed site of the tombs. A young woman with an academic demeanor hails you as you cross paths in the National Museum. I have found something, she says, and seek a responsible person to help the local museum recover it. Agree to help out of the kindness of your heart, or give up on the promise of treasure and return to the ship. I think we're going to agree.
Hair-raising horrors.
Her skepticism shows plainly on her face. Grave robbers are found often in these lands, and doubtless she counts you among their number. You press her for support, arguing your good faith, but it only serves to distress her further. She holds the precious map to her chest tightly, fear in her eyes, and bolts into a nearby array of drapes, calling for help as she disappears amid the colorful weaves. Before you can protest your innocence, several burly, sour-faced guards gather around you threateningly. Wow, that turned quickly. Claim the woman is the real thief. Risky, take no chances, shoot them first. Surrender to the guards. Seeing how this turned, I'm going to just roll with it and go down the diplomacy path, because it's a 14% increased chance, so... The guards blanch. A grave robber? Her? But she is one of the scholars studying at the House of Sands. If she is selling our heritage, the guard pales at the implications and then streaks off into the streets furiously after the young woman. You know what? I'm going to retreat and rejoin the expedition. Whatever unfortunate fate awaits the young researcher, you cannot help but feel it will be her just deserts. Had she accepted your offer, you might both be spying the golden pillars of the necropolis by now. Best not to dwell on it, though. Doubtless once the guard has questioned her, he will come looking for you. Better for all if they find you long gone. Okay. So I didn't get anything out of that, but that's okay. All right. So we are getting close, I believe, to the end of that expedition. All right. So where are we now?
Life is like seawater that only deepens one's thirst.
We need one more.
We'll notify you when we're unhappy.
Huh? Okay, there we go. And then we'll put in another farm. Okay, now we can do fur coats. So with fur coats, oh crap, that's right. We need cotton from the New World. All right, what I can do, if I remember correctly, I think Madame Kahina actually sells fur coats. So where is... I don't know where my ship is, so let me just go ahead and send it here. Let's...
Go on then.
Yeah.
Let's hear your damn
No, she
tale.
requests fur coats. Oh, crap. But she does have rum. I think I'll go ahead and grab a bunch of rum from her then. It's $60 a barrel. Yeah. I'll grab all of it and take it back to Newcastle. That's a luxury need for artisans. Plus, she's got a quest here, too.
Go on then.
Nope, that's workers. Is it? Oh, it's a lifestyle need for workers. But no, it's a luxury need for artisans, too, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Okay, so I never did put in the variety theater. Part of the reasoning behind that is because we talked about this in the last episode. I want to make sure that I have a good location for it for when I put a public mooring in, because the public mooring is going to be the entrance point for tourism, and the variety theater is one of the bus stops for tourists. All right, 10 grand, 50 brick. Okay, I think we can go ahead and do this. Let's see. Where do we... I think what I may have to do... Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to move a couple of houses. And we're going to put it... There we go. Okay, I'm going to have to move 2 more. Okay. And then we'll put the U right here. Actually, let's put you like this. And then what I can do... And we're going to do... I'm going to actually slow down for this for a second. I'm going to put some decorations around the outside of the variety theater, like maybe a walkway, Pleasant Park, Pleasant Esplanade, no. Let's see. Nope. Tall boxwood. Alright, let's put a cascading fountain. Nope. Why? Oh, okay. It's huge. Okay, we'll put a stone flower pot on every corner, on each corner. And then an outdoor... Oh, that's... darn. Duck pond? Nope, can't do that either. I am going to put a duck pond down, though. Gotta have a duck pond. Gotta have a duck pond. Okay. Tribute... no.
The river looks inviting.
Yeah, the problem, I don't have what I want, just a simple path. Holiday, amusement park, pedestrian. Here we go. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. I think. there. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. Okay. Expedition. The Kolisma Canal. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I'm not, I apologize. The explosion scattered debris across the canal. As your helmsman carefully steers into the nascent Kolisma Canal, a deafening blast ahead of you sends most of your crew sprawling across the deck. The initial shock overcome, they rush to their stations and pull the ship into a crawl, bringing it to rest mere feet away from the listing, flame-racked carcass of a ship. Doubtless, it will be days before all is cleansed and navigation can resume. One of your sailors furrows their brow. Isn't it odd that there ain't no one in the water? Odd indeed. In fact, there's no trace at all of the exploded ship's crew. An irresistible mystery. Let's see. 50% chance for because of naval power. Observe the wreckage for information. Yeah, let's start with that.
Engagement.
One of your sailors recalls observing the ship while waiting to enter the canal a few hours ago, noting its peculiar propeller. Your crew sift through the wreckage in search of the apparatus and find it half torn from the stern. It is hauled aboard where one of your tradesmen examines it. See the blades? Old models, only ever fitted to a handful of ships and only 2 of them so big. My guess is they're from the Innocents, except I heard the Crown bought her for salvage, not 6 months past. His words slowly sink in. Can the Queen have conspired to sabotage the canal? If local authorities hear of this... well, if we're gonna make good here in this world, these people have a right to know. It's a difficult decision to make, but your crew decide to share the information with the Kolisma authorities, believing no loyalty should take precedence over righting an injustice. The canal master thanks your captain profusely, commending his honesty, and insisting that your crew be rewarded for their integrity. Before taking his leave, your captain extracts a promise from the grateful official that no mention will be made to anyone as to the source of the information. We gain 5 morale out of that. Oh, we're not done. See, I thought once we got to the canal that was going to get us to the new world, but or to the land of the lions, but apparently not. All right, let's go to the savannah. We're still at a 90% morale, so we can keep right on going. This is fantastic. Okay. So our artisans are now at 923. We have an extra 400. As I said, we don't have the necessary... What do we need for university? 1,500. Wow. Alright, we'll get some more from the rum. We'll also get a lot of money from the rum, too. Is there anything... Nope. Okay. Alright, let's go back. Alright, we do have the hospital. I do at least want to put one hospital in, because the hospital, the emergency hospital stuff tends to just kind of pop up out of nowhere. There's almost never any kind of indication when it's coming. So let's... How big? Alright, let's do this then. I'm going to grab you two, put you there. We're going to upgrade and then let's put the hospital there. Covers almost the entire area, so that'll be good. Okay, is our ship at Madame Kahina? No. Oh yeah, that's right, we slowed things down. Let's speed things up. Oh, Victor's got a quest.
I must use others
Archer,
if
sorry.
I am to keep my eyes to heaven.
No, dude. No escort quest. Alright, I'll accept it.
Go.
As soon as my ship gets to Madame Kahina... Actually, we're there. Alright, let's grab 50. Yeah, we'll grab 100 tons. Okay. All right. And then take you to Archer's spot. Hopefully I won't lose all of that rum. Hold on a minute. What? Whoa. Why did my revenue numbers just drop?
Perils await us.
It's almost back to where it was, but I don't understand why it dropped in the first place. Population, sorry. There was no drop in... Yeah, there was no drop in population. I don't understand what happened there. Yeah, I don't understand what happened there. George has got a quest too. Let's see what he wants.
If you don't make a change, most often no one will.
Delivery quest, and it's gonna... God, we're gonna get increased in diplomacy for a whole lot of people. I need liniment and gauze, and I need them right away. There's an endless supply of the sick and suffering, but no institution to throw open its doors to them. The least we can do is let them help themselves.
Seems we hold the same perspective.
Oh, I can't deliver on it. I need cotton from the New World. So, yeah.
You wouldn't have survived a day in those mines.
Shut up. Alright, what were we doing?
The people celebrate your leadership.
Okay, cool. Oh, I have the expedition. That's what it was. Blessed rains. Wide, sun-touched lands stretch out before you. Long, pale grass glittering with the night's rain, while a scattering of trees provides occasional shade from already warm orange sun. Unseen amongst the dense matted grass, multitudinous creatures awake to the dawning day, nattering away gaily as the savannah comes to life. A low dell, not a mile away, hides a blossoming waterhole, where numerous strange and foreign beasts are gathering before the day's heat truly begins. Nestled in the shadows of a set, monolithic spurs, looming high above the plains, surely with views worthy of a king. Scale the spurs for a bird's eye view. The climb is arduous and long, but your top men trace a forgeable path for the other sailors, using thick ropes and residues of flour hastily brought over from the camp. At last, you reach the topmost spur, a long slab of ochre red stone worn by countless rainfalls and storms. Endless wildlands stretch below you, dust-colored and windswept. In the distance, rain clouds swirl over a patch of darkness, and a deep golden hush falls over the land, broken only by the slow ambling of strange, tall-collared, distant animals. A low, threatening growl suddenly echoes behind you, and you turn to face lions, territorially baring their fangs at your crew. You have trespassed upon Pride Land. I guess I should have known that, just thinking back to the Disney movie, Lion King. Shoot the leading male. Intimidate the beast with loud noises. Distract them with food. I hate to do this, but let's shoot the leading male. Whether owing to precipitousness or shoddy marksmanship, the shot misses the great creature by several feet. Panicked, the would-be hunter fumbles with the rifle's lock, but an ominous crack signals the weapon's reluctance to further use. The lions take a slow step towards your huddled crew, hunger and wrath in their glare. "Someone hold them back," cries the sailor, before inching towards the first stone in the long series to climb back to the plains. Order your two strongest. I mean, it's, yeah, Wow, big morale drop. 2 burly southerners, thick-necked and ruddy, step forward hesitantly while the rest of your crew slip as discreetly as possible over the ledge and onto the path back to the savannah. There's a long minute's hushed, precipitous silence before you hear whispers of quiet, nervous conversation up above, followed by an ear-shattering shriek. One of the men topples over the ledge, plummeting to the distant grassland, as the other becomes the first of many harried by cruel claws and sharp fangs in a fraught and fearful descent. Well, that didn't go well. The Horn of Enbesa is the final location, so let's try going to the Holy City. We still have enough morale that I think we can do it. Are we at archers yet? That would be a no. Yeah, we're still not there yet. Okay. Let's take a look at some of our other islands. Newcastle is pretty much good. Let's take a quick look here at Tottenham. Tottenham, we need to expand a little bit more so that we can get more workers and add in the second brick factory. So let's do the following. Let's upgrade... And you.
Every field has its weeds.
Church. You know what? I think I'm going to have to put in another marketplace here. And then let's put in...
The cargo is to be kept safe at all costs.
Okay.
You can rely on us.
Okay. We'll go back to Tottenham in a little bit. I want to follow this around. I hate escort quests. I hate them with a passion. Because of this bullshit. Why do you stop?
Ship under attack.
We careen into the unknown.
Okay, good. Keep going. Keep going. I don't even know where we're trying to get to. Alright, so we're at the prison. Oh, this is where we're going.
Play even a small part in this sensation. Must
Cool.
be an honor.
Okay.
Ready the ropes?
All right, let's get to Newcastle. We've got a citizen quest there.
Even with aid, I fear it shall not be enough.
When I could not see his red smock, I glanced up and understood my apprentice had gone. He says he prefers to be his own boss and to make his money at the theater. There are more wealthy people there than there are at my little shop, for sure. Perhaps I'm no natural authority figure.
From
what am I
this
doing?
bright moon, I am yet greedy for starlight.
What am I doing? Find and collect the artisan's apprentice.
Must I wear a crinoline?
ceasefire has ended.
I don't know. There it is.
Wild abandoned courses through every limb.
Okay, so we got a topiary garden, and we can use that for the zoo, the museum, the botanical garden. Okay, expedition. A holy pilgrimage. Tales abound of a city sacred to all in this land, and of the holy pilgrimage that must be undertaken by the faithful at least once in their lifetime. Intrigued, you dock at a busy port, a major hub for those on this journey. As you wander the streets in the cooling shade of antique Russians, the dust-hemmed white robes and sturdy sandals of the passers-by betray their wearers' devout intentions. Snippets of enthusiastic and fervent chatter convince your crew that they must see this holy city for themselves. You are pursuing an eager trader's wares when a man approaches, ornate weapons latched to his side and back. Marhaban, friends, are you here on the pilgrimage? Aye, we come from afar to see the holy city.
The mark of dread upon us.
Perhaps he would have believed you were it not for the ostentatiously heathen jewelry sported by some of your crew. You narrowly escape a scathing reprimand, feigning ignorance of local customs and begging his forgiveness. But no glibness of the tongue can prevent him from sternly forbidding you from joining the caravan. Well, that sucks. Your crew, however, are not to be deterred, and the first light of dawn finds them preparing to sidle up to the long procession of pilgrims. Discretion will, however, be warranted, and a discussion arises as to how best to avoid detection. So we're going to get an extra 10% chance to tail the caravan stealthily. The wadi proves harder to navigate than expected. A maze of winding, dusty corridors weaves in and out of sharp, low hills, and you cannot stay a safe distance from the caravan without the risk of losing them and finding yourself stranded in the desert. As the evening nears and you set up camp, a familiar voice rings out from a ledge above your campfire. I thought I saw people following. The guard, his face swathed in a long, dark cloth, draws a cruel-edged sword while his 4 companions cock their rifles. No faithless can travel this holy road without paying a price. So what will it be, wealth or blood? Let's surrender some of our possessions. I don't know. We've still got the beer, so chance of success very unlikely. Unlikely. I can't get rid of the spyglass. Certain. Okay. Alright, let's go with that. Your bribe attempt was successful. The crew trade several goods against their lives, but the officers still refused to let them pass. Your party is rounded up and cantered back to the harbor amid a fierce cavalcade of the officers' maroon saddled horses. Turn away now, never to return, or suffer a cruel fate, their leader insists. You have no choice but to board your vessel and leave, having seen little of what these lands, harsh and beautiful in equal measure, have to offer the soul. Well, that didn't go well either. That's, what, 3 in a row now that I've chosen poorly? Go to, what is this? It's a question mark. I don't want to make up for the bad. Yeah, let's try this.
Spirits.
Yeesh. Alright, let's keep going. Alright. Okay, back to Tottenham. That's right, we were working on Tottenham. We made some adjustments. We've got plenty of farmers, plenty of workers, so let's go ahead and put in that second brick factory. If I can find the freaking clay pit. There we go. That'll get... It'll be the best that it can be as far as brick is concerned. As I said, we've only got the one clay pit, so there's only so much that we can do. Okay, what have we got going on down in Liverpool? Liverpool, oh, we never got started at Liverpool, so let's go ahead and do that then. Alright, let's put the marketplace there, centrally located. And then let's put, let's see, here. Okay, this is weird. There we go. All right, and then small warehouse. Okay. All right, that'll get Liverpool up and running. And we'll have to come back, of course, but at least that gets them up and running. We hadn't touched them since getting there.
Ceasefire has ended.
And our ship is back. Let's drop off all of... Oops. Let's drop off all of the rum.
Coordinates plotted.
I should be honored.
Yeah, so we're going to get... I'm going to have to keep an eye on this because they tend to go through the rum pretty quickly. Not that I'm terribly surprised by that, of course, but... Actually, real quick, let's see. Fur coats. Yeah, we need 1,500 artisans for the university. All right. Let's see. What can we do? I want to put in a couple more farmers. All right, back to the expedition. The Last Tale of Ta-Neshur. I'm definitely not pronouncing that correctly. One of the lower halyards suddenly snaps, lashing through the air with serpentine speed as the sail it was shackling swells with the seasonal winds. The ship lurches hard to port, cutting through strange mists until, with a resounding squeal, the keel grinds to a halt on pebble-scattered shores. Scores of minute piles of pale sand are scattered across the beach, thousands upon thousands of wispy pyramidia stretching up to the woodlands beyond. Dark shapes jut out of the sand irregularly, fragments of ancient derelict and long-forgotten vessels, carefully preserved in brine and surf. Perhaps something of their tale may yet be found on this strangest of islands. Let's see. Let's explore the plains.
Keep even, our keel.
The trees here stretch into tortuous shapes, clad in alien-hued pale greens and cream barks. Thick bushes grow errantly across the dust-swathed stone plain, while short funnel-barreled trees loom over them. One genus particularly strikes your fancy. Its dense branches stretch up like arms toward the sky, cupping the close foliage into dark green umbrellas, its bark torn and oozing a dark blood-like resin. A smile of relish spreads on one crewman's face as he discovers its plump fruit to be ripe. All gather round, gorging upon the fallen fruit, when a woman points out the silhouette of distant houses on a mountainous plateau. All right, let's go ahead and explore the plateau. Small gold-winged finches roost lazily among the thick-woven branches of strange, stout trees, while lizards, large enough to fill a bucket, unblinkingly follow your crew's progress through the brush. There's a cry of horror as the legs of a many-eyed, gray-furred colossus of a spider wave like a piano hand on a branch overhead. More careful scrutiny reveals a large, milky sack among the fallen leaves below, and you shudder at what might have spilled forth had you carelessly trotted upon it. Suddenly, the soil gives way, and you tumble through darkness down a long, damp slope. When the dust settles, the dim light reveals a vast underground chamber. Oddly, there are several antique and broken crates scattered in a corner. Look for evidence of previous visitors. Rudimentary torches are lit before you carefully thread away through the tall limestone spires, light flickering eerily off the damp surfaces. The cavern is narrower than feared, and the tangle of stalagmites and accretions makes navigation difficult. Sunlight has long since faded from the distant sky when a man calls excitedly for the rest of the group to join him. His excitement is immediately understood. A vast complex of ruins stretches before you. Strange, scrawling script covers the crumbling walls, hinting at long-lost peoples and stories, and a jumble of putrescent oddments litter the narrow passages between the houses. Let's go ahead and study the ruins. Tokens abandoned by past visitors abound in the many alcoves hollowed out of the city's cavern walls. Silver eagles, worn green by time, join Argaid stars, I definitely didn't pronounce that right, with missing rays and silent vigils, surrounded by crests and copper coins that trace the bloodlines of strange kings. Everywhere, the relics of a storied past profess the island's position as a place of trade, perhaps pilgrimage, yet no tokens of recent centuries seem present among the horde. A man shouts suddenly. A dense wall of tousled, prickly shrubs has mysteriously parted, unveiling a narrow path along the cliffside to a village on the mountain's peak. A score or so of houses, sea-washed and sunburnt in red and white, rear their empty, many-eyed sides above the plains far below. Explore the houses. Despite their evident age, the houses have suffered little wear. Frequent rains may have weathered the once vivid stripes of paint and turned the dark earth coating pale, but inside the furnishings are unperturbed. Benches covered in zebra drapes sit placidly, and a plethora of tall jars hold rare essences. Ghee, frankincense, myrrh, santal, cinnamon, all withered but fragrance intact. One vaulted room yields a trove of ancient-looking parchments covered in the strange glyphs of the land of the great river millennia ago. A sudden rumble of thunder breaks the gloom, and a torrent begins to fall. Someone points to an intricate manor house further up the hill, which perhaps might offer some shelter. Okay, so we'll seek shelter. The corroded hinges need to be excised from the frame before it can easily be pried open, and the company clip into the dusky hall, glad to escape the swelling tempest. There's an air of rustic elegance to the faded red walls, patterned with white chalk. A low secretary of rich chocolate wood holds a wealth of parchments, old and new. Who is it that comes unheeded to these halls? Comes a sudden and commanding voice. And what have you done to my door? A venerable man stands atop a nearby staircase, clad in raiment of gold and turquoise, his long beards braided with strands of knotted gemstones. His hands rest on the railing for support, but such is the nobility of his bearing that your expedition find themselves bowing low to him. We come in trade as tradition warrants. Big lie, truth. Fate stranded us, and exploration brought us here. Yeah, let's go with the truth. Truth is always the best.
Look what blew up the blowhole.
Reward discovered. He smiles softly. Rarely does fate needlessly.
Pull up your braces and thrust into the unknown.
Dude, not in the middle of an. That's bad game design. That should not be allowed as a pop-up in the middle of an expedition. He smiles softly. Rarely does fate needlessly bring visitors to the land of Punt. Years has it been since these shores saw such life. Plague and exile took it long ago, and now I am a king without a people. Weariness flashes across his face before he composes himself again. As with all things, even Ta Netyer must return to the mists. Take what riches you may find. I ask only this of you. Cherish the fleeting moments with your kind, too often early soured by fate, and keep the memory of this land alive. No land truly dies until its story has entirely passed from memory. He bows curtly and steps into the shadows. Stunned, you search the palace for him, but he has vanished. You find many treasures, and as Ta Netyer sinks back into the fog, one man swears he saw a gargantuan figure slither to the rest around its shores, nesting the island in an embrace of gold and turquoise scales. So a new museum item, a legendary museum item, the Treasure of Seal Amidos. That's awesome. Yes, absolutely, I'm going to accept that.
Ideally, one should keep one's promises.
Okay. So we're almost there. We got 3 points of morale for that. And go to the Horn of Enbesa.
Ready for anything.
Okay. Awesome. Very good. All right. We're making money like crazy now thanks to the rum. Let's see. What do we want to do? I'm trying to figure out what is next here. Because I can't really do anything without more artisans. And I mean, I could go ahead and do that. Let's take a quick look at my production numbers on Newcastle. I want to make sure we're in good shape for everything. Schnapps, a little low. Sausages. We need more sausages. Okay, okay, that's key. We need 3. We're only making 2 tons. Which means we're probably losing... Yeah, we are. Okay, I'm going to need to get some more sausages in play here. Okay, let me do this then. We've got an extra pig, so let's go ahead and stand up an extra sausage factory then. And we'll put you right here. And then we need to put in some more. No, well, okay, that's fine. That wasn't the one that I was aiming for, but okay. Okay. All right, so that'll fix that problem. Let's go back. Whoa. Why is this dropping? It's not because of population. And the festival on Wrexham didn't end. Am I out of rum already? No. What the hell happened? I dropped 2 grand. And it can't be because of the slaughterhouse.
Look sharp, the governor's here. It's all right, this, isn't it?
Oh, the workers don't have beer. There's why. Why do the workers not have beer?
Admiral!
Okay, okay. Didn't I double beer production? Yeah, I've got 2 breweries. There we go. It just got it. That's what it was. It was the beer production. And beer is consumed by both workers and artisans. That's exactly what it was. All right, let's go ahead and wrap up the Land of the Lions expedition. Oh, God, that's not good. Ship astern, Captain. She's gaining on us. It's an attack. A powerful ship, lateens taut with dry wind, ports gaping with expectant violence, swivels out of a hidden nook past the heavily wooded coast. She's flying a flag of carmine and sable emblazoned with a triumphant sun, colors unknown to any of the crew. As she deftly weaves in and out of the waves, catching the draft masterfully to close the distance with great speed, a thunderous explosion rocks her port side. Something whistles through the air and plummets into the ever waters behind your ship. You swing hard to port, breaking line as your gun ports creak open hurriedly and your deckhands take careful aim. Alright, we're definitely going to use the naval power aim to shatter her hull. Good thing we used the ship of the line. A first volley crashes into the enemy's side, then a second as the lower gun teams let loose. Fire leaps to claw at the gaping wound in the vessel's flank before its yard sunders, torn into two. Minuscule figures scuttle along its deck, struggling to smother the eager flames before a sudden and mighty explosion sends all those on deck sprawling and scrambling as the ship lifts dangerously in the water. A burly man in what must be officer's attire bellows over the din, his voice heavy with the tang of authority. He appears to be holding a young man at gunpoint. Mercenaries and murderers, trust Katima to stoop to such methods. Silence your guns or your friend here will taste lead. I know neither this man nor the Katima of whom you speak. A man scoffs. A likely story. No sooner had your sails been sighted than he, the disgust in his voice is palpable, warned us to release him, lest you rain Katima's fury upon us. A glance at the young man's frantic countenance is enough to understand that he had in fact been attempting to intimidate the rogues so as to extricate himself from these dire straits. As he sorely attempts to retain some semblance of self-control, his eyes plead for your men to play along. I lied. We are Katima's wrath. Unhand him or else. The man draws himself up with dignified fury. Wrath. His vengeance, you mean. Too long has he sent his hounds against us to clap the irons of his new empire upon our people. We will have none of it. We bow to no king that is not of the elder blood, least of all a common upstart. In a sudden flurry of movement, having sensed the captain's grip loosen, the young prisoner elbows him in the ribs and leaps into the sea before he can be seized. Shoot the emissary if you must, splutters the red-faced captain, but when the young man fails to resurface, he realizes his bargaining chip is gone. He orders his guns be turned. They are aiming for your crew. Fire a volley of round shot just above their waterline. Crackerjack. Your gunners slide the heavy 15-inch projectiles into the muzzle of the aftmost cannons, ripping some of their own shirts to pad the barrel and avoid windage, lest the ball deviate from its trajectory or explode before leaving the cannon. Your crew scramble to cover, then a flare of flame and resounding blast. Splintered wood soars into the air as the round shot tears through ballast, mast, railing, and bone. Sparse shots ring out, a foolhardy attempt at retaliation, before a second broadside crashes into the ship's underbelly. As your captain signals to leave these dangerous waters, a scraping, scrambling sound is heard on the port side ladder. I know who it is. It's the guy that was being held. Hearing the dry click of rifles cocked and ready to fire, a voice protests from below the railing. Hold fire, I am the man they were holding prisoner. After a moment's silence, a hand appears upon the railing, followed by the lithe figure of the young prisoner, evidently disconcerted by the score of rifles aiming at him. Sorry for dragging you into this unfortunate situation. Those rogues sank my ship and slayed my crew, and I was desperate for any kind of help. As he says this, the crew lower the rifles a little. I feared they wished to prize from me my lord's secrets and plans. When I saw your sails, it seems my only reprieve, so I told them Yanahoy Katima sent you. Who is this Yanahoy Katima we keep hearing about? Emperor Sali Katima is the heir to the throne of Silamawi, lord of the high and lowlands known as Enbesa, which you may refer to as the land of the lions. Under his rule, Enbesa has risen to great heights of prosperity and might, as our emperor has a vision beyond that of his predecessors. A land united and bountiful, a nation to rival the great kings of old. The young man frowns wearily. Alas, there are those who would not see our people united. The haughty princes of Angarib refuse to yield to the emperor and have resolved to wage war against him by any means and to whatever ends. But why attack you? Of course, pardon my manners. I am Biniam, son of Kyria, emissary of His Imperial Majesty Katima. I am on a mission to seek out experts from around the world to assist with the many ambitions my lord has for Enbesa. The Emperor wishes for the name of Enbesa to be sung and admired for its learnedness, beauty, prosperity, and wisdom. But let us not tarry here. Come, follow me to Tabarim, where my lord will be sure to reward your brave generosity. Set sail for the south, past the pillared reefs with ochre flowers, cross the marshes, and then you will see it. Ancient Enbesa, with gold-lit mountains, slumbering lions, and proud peoples.
These fabled lands exist after all.
All right, so we have gotten there.
Ganihoy, Ketema. May I introduce my benefactor, a renowned city planner from the distant north.
Such noble hearts are ever welcome in Enbesa. So, you heard I was seeking for talents such as yours to expand our new capital.
Our meeting was serendipity alone, my emperor.
Then the Lord truly smiles on you. There is opportunity here to be part of a tale greater than all of us. So far, I have neglected this arid province of the Empire, seat of the kings of old. But from the dust, a garden will bloom anew. Many lives of kings has it been since last Enbesa was so united, frail as that legacy may hold. Some would see us divided, each to their own purpose, but they are blind to the greater threat. Hungry eyes turning south towards us. In unison and with pride, we will return their stares.
So must all stand to defend their share, or be eaten.
And so to you, I would entrust the raising of Taborim, our new capital, on these lands. May it grow to unite all Enbesa under one covenant.
A beautiful building.
Young Binyam will help you settle, share his plan for the canals. Taborim may soon shine like a jewel of peace on the girdle of this great nation.
Session unlocked.
There we go. Expedition successful. And this, oh, hold on a minute. Let's go ahead and make it to the island.
I wish to speak with you on matters of great importance concerning all Enbesa. Will you work with me to help my people?
Steelsman.
I, Saleh Ketema, Emperor to Millennial Enbesa and heir to the scepter of Covenant, bid you rest here a while, seafarer.
Yeah, we have no ability to stand up. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, we don't have enough of anything. Okay, this is where we're going to stop the episode. We've already run over what I typically like to run for these episodes, but it was important, I thought, to get the expedition complete and make it to Enbesa, the new world that we needed to find for the Land of the Lions DLC. In the next episode, we'll send the ship of the line back to Newcastle so that we can kick off the New World expedition and get access to all of those, because you'll notice we're going to be kind of stuck on Newcastle from a growth perspective until we can get access to cotton. And the only way we're going to get access to cotton is the New World. So we're going to have to figure out which islands we want to use over there and get access to cotton as quickly as we possibly can. The strategy for how I design the New World is going to be different than I've done in the past, because I now know how important the goods from the New World are in the expansion of the Old World. So we'll start working on that in the next episode, and of course continue down the path of the storyline for Land of the Lions. I hope you've been enjoying the content. I had a great time in this episode, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Land of the Lions gives us. And if you are enjoying the content, please make sure to hit the like button, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I will see you in the next episode. Talk to you soon.